Hey, have you ever been watching something really, really good, like your absolute favorite show, and then someone says, "Okay, time's up," and suddenly everything inside you just tightens up? Maybe your chest gets heavy, or your throat feels like it's closing a little, or your hands just want to grab the tablet back, and you don't even totally know why it feels so big. But it does. That feeling is real. It's not silly, and you're not being bad for having it. Today we're going to talk about exactly that feeling, and give you some really cool tools to help. So first, what is that feeling called? It's a mix of a few things, actually. Frustration, which is when something you want gets taken away before you're ready. And disappointment, which is when something good ends before you wanted it to. Frustration lives in your chest and your hands. It makes your fists want to squeeze and your voice want to get loud. Disappointment sits a little lower, in your belly, kind of like a heavy stone dropped in a pond, quiet ripples spreading out. You might feel both at the same time, and that's completely okay. Feelings can travel in pairs. Here's the thing about your brain. It's not like a rock. It's like a muscle. And just like any muscle, it needs different kinds of exercise to grow strong and healthy. When screens are on, your brain is mostly just receiving, taking things in, watching, reacting. And that part is actually really easy for your brain. It barely has to try. But growing up, really growing up, means your brain needs to do the hard things too. Like imagining things on its own, or playing something that doesn't have a start button, or just sitting quietly and letting your thoughts wander. Those things feel harder because they are harder. And harder means your brain is getting stronger. Here's a good way to think about it. If you only ever ate candy, just candy every single meal, it would feel great at first, right? But after a while, your body wouldn't have what it needs to run and jump and grow. Screens are like candy for your brain, delicious and fun in the right amount. But your brain also needs its fruits and vegetables, movement, conversation, creativity, rest, and quiet. Your grown-up is watching the clock because they're watching out for you, not punishing you, protecting you. Instead of saying, "That's not fair, just 5 more minutes." Try this. Take one big breath and say, "Okay, can I pick what we do next?" That one swap hands some of the control back to you. And feeling in control makes the ending way less sharp. Now let's meet someone who knows exactly how this feels. A kid named Milo. Milo is 7 years old, and Saturday mornings are his favorite, because Saturday mornings mean cartoons. He gets cozy in the corner of the couch with his blanket and his cereal, and for a while, everything is perfect. But then his dad walks in and says the words, "All right, buddy, screen time's done for now." And Milo's whole body reacts before his brain even catches up. His jaw goes tight, his hands grip the remote, and he hears himself say, louder than he meant to, "Why? I wasn't even done." His dad doesn't get angry. He just says, calm and steady, "I know. It's hard to stop something good. But your brain needs a break, bud. Same reason we don't eat the whole bag of chips." Milo didn't like it. But somewhere underneath the frustration, a small part of him heard it. He stomped to his room. And here's where the tools come in. Tool 1, the body check. Milo sat on the edge of his bed and asked himself, "Where do I feel this?" He noticed his hands were still in fists. So he opened them, wide, like starfish, and held them open for 5 whole seconds. Just doing that, just opening his hands, told his body, "We're safe. We can let go. You can do this too, anywhere, anytime the frustration shows up in your body. Find it and do the opposite movement." Tight chest. Take up space. Spread your arms wide. Clenched jaw. Open your mouth in a big silent yawn. Your body listens to you when you talk to it this way. Instead of saying, "You always do this right at the best part," try this. "That part was really good. I'm going to think about what happens next." This one is sneaky smart, because now your brain is still in the story, just using the imagination muscle instead of the screen. You're actually doing both things at once. Tool 2. The bridge. After the body check, Milo still felt that heavy stone in his belly. The disappointment. So he tried something his teacher had shown him. He built a bridge. A bridge means, instead of thinking it's over, you think it's not over. It's just paused. Milo grabbed a piece of paper and drew the part of the cartoon he'd left off at. He drew the character's face and the cliff they were hanging from, and he made up in his drawing what he thought might happen next. The heavy stone in his belly got a little lighter, not because the show came back, but because he kept going. Instead of saying, "I'm so bored, there's nothing to do," try this. What would the characters do if they didn't have a screen either? This one is sneaky smart, because now your brain is still in the story, just using your imagination instead of the screen. Tool 3. The next good thing. Milo was still in his room drawing when his big sister peeked around the door and asked what he was doing. He showed her his drawing, and she wanted to draw one too. And then they were both drawing, then arguing about what the characters' names were, then building a fort. And 20 minutes later, Milo looked up and realized he hadn't thought about the screen at all. Instead of saying, "You don't understand, you don't even like cartoons," try this. Can you watch the next episode with me later, so you can see why I love it? This one turns it into a together thing, and together things are some of the best things. Now, we want to tell you something really honestly. Some days you'll do the body check and still feel frustrated. Some days the bridge won't hold and you'll just feel sad. Some days you'll look for the next good thing and not find one right away. And that's not you failing. That's you trying. And every single try is a step up. Not in circles. Up. Like a spiral staircase. Sometimes you walk past the same window, but you're always higher than before. Milo didn't stop feeling disappointed about screen time after that one Saturday. But the next time, he remembered to open his hands. And the time after that, he remembered the bridge a little sooner. And slowly, without even noticing, he stopped dreading the moment the screen went off. Because he started trusting that something else good was on the other side. That's resilience, not the absence of the hard feeling. The knowledge that you can walk through it. Feel it, name it, tame it, try it. Feel the frustration and disappointment. They're real and they're allowed. Name them out loud, even just to yourself. Frustration lives in your chest and hands. Disappointment sits like a stone in your belly. Tame them with your tools. The body check, the bridge, the next good thing. And then try. Not perfectly, just bravely. You've got this. See you next time.